Hey there guys, and welcome back to my channel guys. And guess what guys, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately about religion and evolution. And when I was growing up, it was quite a religious family because my grandma has always been going to church since she was like in her 30s or 40s, right up to now. And we always used to go to Sunday school at church and that. So I always pretty much thought, that there is some type of higher being, some type of God, that there is a God, in fact. It only occurred to me a few weeks ago. I was watching these things about evolution, and this guy asked this other guy, basically there's two guys, one's religious, one was believed in evolution, and that like we just happened out, nothing, we just like came. We started off from like stardust, and then we started off into like molecules, and then after that it went down to some type of single cell, and then we went into two cells, and then we sort of like basically a lot of like things happened, and then it created humans and other creatures like lions and cats and dogs and all that, basically animals. But then I thought to myself, what hit me was, I thought, well, if you believe in evolution, then you have to always be thinking of what came before the next thing. Because if you believe in evolution, say if you said, oh yeah, I believe in evolution, I reckon we started off from a single cell, then you have to know, where did that single cell come from? So you say, oh, it came from slime. Okay, so then where did slime come from? Oh, it came from like stuff from space, like bits from space, like oxygen and molecules and particles from space. And then where did they come from? You'd have to keep going back and back, and you'd have to keep doing it basically forever and ever and ever, because you'd never get to the end. You see what I'm saying? You'd never actually get to the end of like finding out what came first. You'd have to keep going back with what came, because there's always going to be something that came before the thing what you've just mentioned. So if you say, if you said like, slime, then you say, okay, what came before slime? And you have to keep going back. What came before the thing that came before slime? What came before that? And it would go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and it would never stop, because there has to be something first with evolution. But with God, there doesn't have to be anything first, because God, as it says in the Bible, he is basically an all-being and always has been there God. He created himself. He was never ever not there. He was always there, because God's time, he is out of space and time. That means is that he doesn't have to like comply with something that came before him. He's always been there, basically. And that's what I thought. I thought to myself, well, that's the conclusion I came to, and I thought, that confirms to me that there is a God. Because with evolution, there has to always be something that came before the next thing you think of. But with God, there doesn't have to be, because God was always there. He's a forever God. And that kind of makes sense when you think about it, because there's no possible way of like regressing back and back and back and back, because it would go on forever and ever and ever. There'd always have to be something else before the next thing with evolution. And that's just not possible. You couldn't keep doing that. It couldn't keep going back forever and ever. It's mad. It wouldn't do that. Like, it's not possible, basically. But with God, you don't need to keep going back forever and ever, because God's always been there. And I think that's why that's why, like, deep down in most humans, even though not everyone's religious, a lot of people still feel there's a God, even though they're not religious. They did like a poll against this, and it was about 65 to 70% of people, even though they're not they don't go to church every day or every week, like every Sunday or Saturday. But if you ask them, most people believe there is a God. Now, I gotta be honest, guys. I gotta be honest. When I was watching some of those, I was watching Star Talk, for example, with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and like I was also watching that one with what's his name, the other guy, the other British guy. I forgot his name now. And basically, the way they go on by saying the Earth is 3.8 billion years old and stuff like that. They say, and the universe is 13.8 billion years old, and that's insane. Like, and they say, what I'm saying is, how are they figuring it out? How are they coming to them numbers? You know, did they measure that? No. Did they? Well, they say they measured it by, they're talking about redshift. They're saying they got this massive telescope, the James Webb telescope, and they like can compute like how far it is by you going back from a star. And like when it's really, really far back, like there'll be like a bit of a red smudge, and that will tell you a timeline. That will give you an indication of how many light years away that star is from Earth, from us. And the further it goes, there is the smudge. You get more red smudges, and that's called redshift, basically. And it's just crazy, you know. Really, let's be honest. I mean, that's just that. You know, I mean, for one thing, you're looking at the telescope, so like, it's gonna basically it's gonna glitch like how far it really looks, and how far it really is. For one thing, it's gonna there's gonna be like a sort of an off put in the distance, so it may look like it's such and such distance away, but it isn't. You know, because like, and there's no way of like knowing. But anyway, yeah, guys. I mean, I just wanted to kick that to you because it only came to mind because there's this thing on TikTok. There's this guy called Parker as well. He's called Parker Get a Job, and Parker, and he talks a bit like about that type of thing, about evolution, and if there is a real God, if there's a God or not, you know. And guys, I got to be honest, like things do. There's only so much you can do when you've before you realise that, like, you've kind of living a sort of repetitive lifestyle. You know, I mean, you know, you go to work, you come back, you save your money up, you buy some stuff what you want. But then, no matter what you buy, guys, no matter what you buy, it gets boring really quick. You know, I mean, I remember when I was like 18, like I brought a car. I thought it'd be really fun, and it was for a bit, but then it gets boring, you know. I just started using it just as a car, you know, just to get to work. And before, I was like really enjoying it, and I just go in it like at night when the roads were quite quiet, and I could just like have a little drive around, and it felt fun. But like, I sold the car anyway, and I didn't really need it anyway when I was that age. But like anything you buy, you know, I mean, I think that's why like famous people, they do go crazy, because they get so much money, you know, all at once. They get millions, and like a lot of them, they don't know what to do because there's nothing else to aim for. Like, they've made it, they've got like hundreds of millions, and they've bought everything they brought. They've got a big house, go on holiday where they want. They've seen everything basically. They've seen nice Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all that stuff, Rolls Royces, you know, Rolex, Swiss watches, you know, Audemars Piguet watches, designer clothes. They've seen it all, and they can see it all like really quick. They can see it all like within like a few months. They can just like buy all that in a few months. And then, like, there's nothing else for them to do because they think, oh, what can I do now? I've been on holiday. I've brought all these things, you know. I know what a nice car is to have, to own. I know what a nice Rolex is and nice watch is to have. I know what nice designer clothes is to have, you know. So then, like, they just become like lovesick puppies, and they just like chase, like women that just chase the girl they really want because that's the next thing for them. Like, that's the main thing for most people. So they think, oh, well, yeah, this material world isn't like making me happy. I'm gonna go back to like trying to find a good woman. So then they go and try and find a good woman, and then it ends, and then they get really depressed, and then like there's nothing for them to aim for because they've seen all the other stuff already. They have it all already. You know, they have a nice car, they have all that, they have a nice big mansion, you know, they have holidays. So they think, oh, well, what am I gonna do now? And they might not be able to get another girl they want. So one day they wake up and they're just really upset, and they just kill themselves, you know. It's like that guy, that Twitch guy who used to work, he was a dancer, and he was on the Ellen DeGeneres TV show. I think I've butchered her name, but you know, Ellen, the comedian lady, Ellen DeGeneres. Anyway, there's a guy on there. Well, the guy that was on there, but he killed himself. His name was Twitch, and he had a nice, beautiful wife. He had a kid. You know, he was a dancer, and he went away from his family for a few days, and he killed himself basically. I think they found him in a hotel, and his wife didn't understand why he'd done it. They realised that it was suicide because like he was depressed about something, but they didn't know what it was. You know, I mean, just what I said is because I'm pretty sure it's because of that. But I've too much to this. I still don't know why he do it though, because like I think what it could be is that, like, as I said before, it's one of those reasons. He just woke up one day and like he just, I don't know, but he's got a wife in it, so I don't know. And then there's the other guy as well. There's that fashion designer Steve McQueen. He killed himself as well. He had millions, you know. There's that other guy as well. That older actor is about 65. He killed himself. So many like famous people, you know, and rich people just, and normal people just do it, you know. Yeah, guys. So basically, anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about anyway. It's just about evolution, you know, and like how it basically it plays into our life, you know. And because I really think that's the sort of foundation of like how we live our lives. If you believe in evolution or if you believe in God, because you find your life is different and will be different depending on which one you believe in. You know, I've got to be honest, guys. I mean, me personally, I must admit, when I was younger. I remember when I was really younger, like when I was 13, I was going to school, and I fell out with my friends. Yeah, I knew my friends were talking to me, and I was saying, "Oh, I don't need them anyway. I'm gonna get a PlayStation free, so I don't need them." That's what I was saying to myself, and I got a PlayStation free, and like. Got about 4 or 5 games of it, and it was enjoyable for a bit, and then I realised I needed my friends. I realised that it was boring, it was monotonous, you know. And I called them up, you know, and they came around, played the PlayStation with me, and I was much more happy that they were there. So it just goes to show you guys, like, it's like this. I was reading this thing on the internet. There's this guy on TikTok, and he was saying, that's a very sad man. Yeah, he's got millions of pounds, but he's going home to an empty house with no one to share it with. Yeah. Anyway, guys, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, guys. I'm nearly at 100 subscribers. I'm thinking about 85 right now, guys. So I'm getting close to 100 subscribers. Wow. Just imagine what that means when I get to 100. When I get to 100 subscribers, I will, wow. What will I do? Yeah, when I get to 100 subscribers, guys, I'm going to do a little giveaway. I'm going to be giving away £10. Yes, that's right, £10 to one of my lucky subscribers. So all you have to do, guys, is to win this prize, basically, all you have to do is put your email down in the comments section, if you're okay with that. If not, no, don't put your email down, guys. Actually, don't put your email down. Just give me like, just give me a comment saying hi, what you enjoyed my channel and everything, and you hope to win. Just put something like that down, and I'll see your username, and I'll basically pick one. I'll pick one of the lucky guys or girls, and I'll send you £10. Anyway, guys, with that said, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.